I'm going to show you 4 tips and tricks to make this 3 pounds of clay into an 8-inch cylinder. This is a challenge that I just gave my intermediate ceramics class, my ceramics 2 class, and several of them did it. So it's not a complete loss. Most of them tried, and most of them improved. That's the key. We aren't trying to make perfect things right now. When we do a challenge, they aren't trying to, when I give them a challenge, they aren't trying to make something perfect. They're trying to get better, okay? And so this is a challenge that will help you improve your wheel throwing abilities. We want to make an 8-inch tall cylinder with 3 pounds of clay. I'm talking to you if you've had maybe a semester and a half on the wheel. So this is for what I would call the advanced beginners, all right? So that's what we're shooting for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to, instead of just opening it this wide, we're going to open it just a little bit wider. We're going to open it right like that. But right now we're going to start with it a little bit wider, and we're going to pull that upward and inward. So what we want it to look like is this. It's kind of going to be like a volcano. What this does during our first pulls is that foundation gives us more stability, so it doesn't want to wobble as much, okay? Because with more stability, the further out it is, the more stable it becomes when we're trying to drag that clay upward. So we're given a bigger foundation. Now every time I go to pull this, I'm going to push that in just a little bit more and drag it up. I'm going to push it in just a little bit more and drag it up. Push it in just a little bit more and drag it up until I have that. Even if this top part comes way in like this, that's still okay because we can drag this out right at the end a lot easier than we can drag. That's a lot easier to do than if our pot looks like this and we have to try to collar it in. I'm going to show you over on the wheel that I do what you would call a knuckle pull for the first couple of pulls. I usually do that because I'm moving more clay than typical. And some of you probably already know what a knuckle pull is. Some of you use your fingers, some of you use your knuckles. I use it with my whole fist behind it. That gives me more leverage behind my knuckle. So on the last pulls that I do, instead of lifting up like this, instead of lifting up and having them opposite each other, I will have them sitting on top of each other more like this, okay? And what's happening is instead of pulling, when I do this, I'm pulling the wall. You're punching it in and you're pulling that clay upward. When I'm doing this, I'm actually pushing the wall upward. And I'm pushing the clay out into a little bulge above my other hand, and I'm pushing that clay all the way up. And what you end up doing is using the weight of the clay to thin out that the bottom area right here. Let's go over to the wheel and I will show you how that works. While I center this, I'm going to tell you one of the magic things I found out about 3 pounds of clay. Years and years ago, at this point, it might have been 15 to 20 years ago, somewhere in between 15 and 20 years ago, I wanted to sell my pottery online. At the time, eBay seemed like the good place to go. What I found was that the only things that would sell on eBay really well was raku pottery, which I was good at raku. I'm okay with that. They were fun. They were one-off pots. I could make any pot, I could raku it, and I could sell it on eBay, okay? What I found though was that if I used 3 pounds of clay, whatever shape I made with this, if it was wide, if it was tall, if it was skinny and tall, or fat, no matter what shape I made, I could always mail it through UPS and it would not be oversized. This was a big factor because once you hit oversized shipping, your price is almost double or more, okay? And so it would kill the sell. They would buy a pot for $50 and have to pay $35 or more in shipping. So 3 pounds of clay, I found, was my threshold. No matter how thin I made it, no matter what shape I could make it, I could always fit it in a box that was still not oversized and fit their regulations, which was I would put about 3 to 4 inches of padding between it and the outer side of the box wall. So there you go. That's what I stuck with. The magic of 3 pounds. My first tip and trick is right there, okay? I'm gonna cut this open so you can see the wall, and then I'm gonna start all over again. All right, this is about, when I'm all done, the wall's gonna be right here. So this is about a 1/2 inch wider than I want it to be. That's tip number 1. I'm gonna make it wider. This gives me the ability when I'm doing my first pulls to throw it upward and inward and have a foundation that is wide enough to make it so it doesn't wobble as easy. All right, now this is something I do with all of my pots, even the ones that are way bigger than 3 pounds. But again, this is a challenge for the advanced beginner. You want to get better? This is a way to do it. This is number 2, guys. You should be able to see this, but I'm gonna take my fist and I'm gonna put it up against my pot like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my whole fist together, put it up against the pot, put my hand over here on the inside, and I'm gonna push it in, and I'm gonna just lift that upward and inward like that. Tip number 2 is the knuckle pull. I'm gonna use it to move more clay than I would normally. See, the foundation is wide. Tip number 3, a wider foundation gives me more stability at the beginning. I'm going to slowly now start pushing that in right at the base as I do my next pull. Still bringing it upward and inward. Can you see it? Still kind of a volcano shape. All right, we're gonna cut that in half so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm putting my hand on there like that. My outside hand is right there. I'm gonna be pushing in with my knuckle. My whole part right there is up against the pot. If I go like this, what happens a lot of times, and maybe this has happened to you, but the clay will start to roll off and then you'll scrape a whole bunch of clay off the outside. If I put my whole knuckle up against it, but put the pressure right at the tip, so I'm putting the pressure right at the tip of that, right there, but that whole knuckle is up against there. What's going to happen is this. All right. Those are opposite each other. That's all they are. Now, if I want to get really tall, I do something, it's called offset finger pull. I always start, this is a personal thing, you don't have to do this, but I always start with a knuckle pull because I move more clay with my knuckle than I do with my fingers. All right, this is tip number 4. We're going to use an offset finger method, okay? This is going to make it grow taller. I'm going to push it out a little bit. See that little bulge? I'm going to push underneath it. I'm going to drag that bulge. I'm going to push it up. Just like that. Okay, that's really close to 8 inches tall right now. I can measure if you'd like. First thing you got to do before you measure is make sure you can see the numbers. All right. We're at 7.5, so I got one more pull to do before I'm at 8 inches tall. This will help. I'm going to do that again. This is going to be subtle. Should be able to see with this cut, when I cut this in half, about how thick a wall needs to be to get about 8 inches tall. See, now I'm at almost 9. I've overshot. Okay, there you go. Let's cut this in half and I can show you what that offset finger pull method is. See how it's not super thin, guys. I mean, it's a good solid, what is that? Is that 1/4 of an inch or more? What is that? It's more than 1/4 of an inch. So it's not a 1/2 inch, it's somewhere in between there. So 8 inches should be doable for you, even though you're just kind of beginning to experiment with making taller pots, okay? So this should be doable. And this is a good thickness. You can get thinner, but this is a good thickness. All right, so don't feel bad if you're not getting 1/4 inch thick, 8 inches tall. Okay, so offset fingers. I'm going to put this on the outside. I'm going to put that on the inside. I'm pushing them like that. Okay, and as I'm pulling, I'm keeping that just above the other one. So I can literally push it upward like that. Okay? This is all trying to fall back on me. But what happens is the weight of this ends up thinning out the bottom area as I'm pushing it upward. Okay? Now I've chopped them all in half. I'm going to go ahead and just make one. This time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to make it as thin as I can so that if you are already getting 8 inches out of 3 pounds of clay, now we shoot for higher. This is your challenge. Okay, I'm pulling it upward and inward. Using my knuckle pull. All right, I'm done with the knuckle pulls. It's time to go back to finger pulling. You can see that bulge moving up. That's because my inside hand is pushing it out a little bit. Now some of you are like, yeah, but how wide is it? I'll measure this time how wide it is on the top so that you know how it should look, how wide it is I'm getting. I think I have one more pull in me and then it's done, whether we like it or not. Here we go. Last pull. Slow and steady wins the race. There we go. Okay. This is, well, it's 11.5 inches tall. Okay, 11.5 inches tall. I bet you those walls are 1/4 of an inch thick. This is pretty soft clay. I'm gonna chop it in half, we can see. There it is. That looks pretty good, guys. That looks pretty even. Yeah. There it is. About 1/4 of an inch all the way up. You'll get 11.5 inches tall. So, how wide is it? It's wide enough for my hand to fit down inside. So if you have a wider hand than mine, then yeah, you're gonna have to go a little thinner maybe. It's about 4 inches wide. Okay, 4 inches wide, 11.5 inches tall. So if you want to improve your throwing process, try the challenge. Don't try it once, try it until you get it. You'll improve, guaranteed.